only on esportbf.com.
I absolutely agree. Going to be seeing a little bit of different stuff than what we were seeing earlier with the 16 versus 16. Oh, Stars taking down one. Still got two more to deal with. He's trying to get a little bit of a push to A, but that's too many players, too many cooks in the kitchen. In the meantime, his guys are going to be getting up on B, which is very, very good. They've got some guys contesting them, though, and they do have them to go down right off the rip. So I would honestly, if I were them, fall back for the Bravo objective, but they get caught out. That's a little bit rough. So they are going to only have just two guys left as they're about to get surrounded. Boris the Animal closing in on them, looking to do some damage. Boris takes down one very nicely. And yeah, I think he took down another one I couldn't quite see. But yeah, Boris doing a great job getting seriously pushed up on, though. Boris, one of the ones to watch in this match for sure. He's quite literally an animal. Yes, indeed, and I do want to... I'm just going to talk about Boris the Animal again for a second here. He is using the 900 rate of fire a Tommy gun, so that is something that not a lot of teams typically do when they use a Tommy gun, but at least on console, but I'm sure more teams use it on here than on console, because it's an instant win in a 1v1. It's just such a good thing to use, and in the meantime, 7T is doing a great job of just systematically wiping out the enemies. Stars, Kamolo, the only one left. He's about to run right into Boris. The Animal gets to spawn up in just the nick of time. Shagamash coming up and taking down only Hafa, but still got to spawn off for Kamolo and the other guy there. I can't quite... His name is obfuscated by the smoke. That's Leche. But yeah, still got many guys coming after him. Doing a good job of holding off, though.
That they are, but slowly but surely tide's turning. We do see really good collective push rather coming in right now for HFA. Here we go. We got some names going down for these teams, but HFA now starting to make their way over here towards Bravo. We'll be able to get that burn going down. Malcolm XT, last one left really to do anything at all, and he is going to go down himself. So a lot of players just starting to get wiped out here for 17. And really interesting to see, where they're going to be setting up. I would kind of like to see maybe 17 go for a flank, just go maybe for a double gimme push, although they may be worried that they would get stuck on the other side of the map. That is kind of rough going from C to B, especially if a team is entrenched in. Well, right as I say that, we are going to be seeing HFA potentially going around for a flank here of their own, and same thing for Boris the Animal. So they are thinking the same exact thing at the same exact time, And this will be very, very interesting to see how these teams end up reacting to this, because whoever really wins the middle of the map, they're going to be able to set up really quickly for a defense, get those spawns off really quickly, and they'll still be able to hold that potential 2-flag burn. But B is going to go into the favor right now of 7T, as HFA losing out on Charlie as well. So I think that 2-flag burn here in just a second will be going over in favor of 7T.
Yes, indeed. So HFA and the boys have to make sure that they can hold off inside this building. Exclusive, just come on up after him with Excelmeister. Taking down one, Exclusive. Very nice. Still got Slendy to deal with, and they all go down. Excelmeister trying to pick up the pieces, though, and he does just utterly demolish Wall. Slendy still up, trying to do a little bit of a dance with him, hopping out. Just trying his hardest. Takes down Excelmeister expertly. The dude is fantastic. Still got Exclusive, turns the corner for Shagamash, takes him down, so good, Slendy. But Boris the Animal coming in for him, takes down his teammate, and he's still up and still doing the dance. Still alive, still killing Excelmeister, second time in a row. He's going to come up behind one, takes down another one, and maybe two. Boris the Animal still somehow alive. I think Slendy's just going to be getting the heck out of Dodge. He's like, alright, I've had enough, I'm tired, I'm out.
That was very, very good plays coming in from Slendy. They were just ducking, diving, and dodging the entire time through that smoke. Something that is utilized quite well, I think, so far, is getting that smoke out, making sure that those lines of sight are not going to be too easy. But over here on that Alpha flag, you do see some exchanges going back and forth. It is going to be very important that they do clean this up, and they do just that. So kind of stabilizing just a little bit here for HFA in terms of their tickets. It's 80 tickets now to 75, with them in a slight disadvantage, but not too bad. Obviously, we are going to be seeing them just marching right back on into it. But over on the other side of the map here for that Charlie flag, we are going to be seeing a 2-on-3 battle going to be shaping up. So that is something that needs to go into the favor of HFA, and it doesn't look like it is going to. So nice job. C will be going over into the favor of 7T. We do have B still in their possession as well, with Exclusive all the way up back behind that Alpha flag. We could be seeing a push for a potential 3-cap, especially if they can get this wiped in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to Nitrox and Excelmeister's handling of these three players right here. Wool and the boys just surrounding him. Excelmeister quite literally surrounded, but obfuscated by the smoke in the wall. He does get found, and he and Shagamash are going to be going down there. Nitrox still showing up inside that building. That's one of the key places if you want to hold on to the Bravo objective. And as you can see, the red team is currently systematically going through all the buildings, clearing out anyone they can possibly find, because in order to take that Bravo objective, you need control over those buildings. It is absolutely pivotal. Cannot do it without them. That's why Slendy's going up in there, does get found and taken down, but still got Excelmeister and those guys up top. They're literally flooding the building, trying to take him down. Boris, in the meantime, holding on to the other buildings. So, yeah, as you can see, they're really prioritizing the holding of the buildings, so they're just getting as many spawns there as they possibly can and holding on to it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Like, I'm really surprised that we haven't seen more of these buildings in the middle getting blown up with dynamite, getting some rockets thrown in, just to kind of open up that area. Obviously, you do see there towards the water side, there are two buildings there that have been kind of blown open a little bit, and that's really preventing any kind of good defense from happening. But I'd kind of like to see maybe a little bit more gone. I don't know if these teams are just maybe concerned that the concealment wouldn't be there for them. But over here onto the Alpha side of the map, you are going to be seeing some nice little fighting going back and forth. It does look like HFA is going to get cleaned up off of that. At the same time, on Bravo, we do see some work shaping up here from Wave. And that is going to be a very good cap for them. They should be able to have, let's see, 2-flag burn. Yes, they are, with a bit of a lead, about a 15-ticket lead in their advantage. Now, this is, I would say, they're sitting pretty good. If they can get these spawns coming back in, then they should be able to, at the very least, stall out any kind of a cap happening here onto Bravo. But because nobody's getting onto it just yet.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of stalling it out, but mostly what the red team is doing right now is they're trying to clear out the buildings so that they can get on the flag unhindered. And now that they have cleared the most pressing buildings, they can push through onto the flag. As you can see, they're still trying to clear out the other end of the street. There's Shagdamtash, the only guy left. He gets a spawn out for Nitro. That was short-lived. And he is still holding it down up there with the 1907 SF. one of the most annoying guns to go up against, in my personal opinion. That gun just one-frames you instantly. I hate it, but it's a very good gun to use for that specific reason. But yeah, Exclusive and the guys still holding it down in that building right there, doing a pretty good job. In the meantime, flanks for A and C going on. BDN, ZJ doing a great job of holding it down between two guys, but in the middle house there, Frozen comes out on top. So it's going to be more of the same, pretty much. More of the same.
Yeah, that was a really good rotation that we did see coming in right there for 7T. You know, they recognized, all right, we're not going to be winning this B flag. And there was a huge push coming in from HFA. They basically just put all 8 of their guys right there on that Bravo flag. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, you're going to win this B flag, but we're going to go ahead and rotate up on top of Charlie. And that just kind of makes it a little bit easier, obviously, when you do have that lead, because you are able to out-rotate that team. And it does look like they are going to get cleaned up over here onto C once again. So really, really good jobs once again overall for the team. They have a very, very comfortable lead going in right now. I mean, we need to be seeing probably at least 2, maybe squad wipes going down onto these flags just to try and get a little bit more momentum in their favor. HFA, they do have the cap burn right now, but you see the flood of players that are starting to come back in. We see basically pinches happening on each of these flags. So it's going to be very hard for them to kind of stave off this next push that's going to be coming, especially over here onto Alpha, with it, which it is a 2-on-2 at the moment.
Yes, indeed. But as you can see, they have kind of broken through on the Bravo side to Charlie, are starting to get control over Charlie. So, like you said, the Alpha flag is going to be a very, very pivotal part of this battle. Leche and the boys doing a great job holding off Malcolm X and Exclusive. But yeah, Alzern coming up around the back. That is huge actually for the red team. They're doing a fantastic job. They've got the full cap, and that's going to be really freaking painful for 7T. They do clear off A, but Ozern coming on in, looking to keep things the way they are. Looking to keep the massive bleed alive. The dude is looking to, he's got some venom in his eyes, looking to get up here and do some damage. He's got one of his eyes and goes down instantly. That is a little bit anticlimactic, but that's fine.
Well, we got a really, really good play, like you said before. 3 cap come in, automatically evens up the score. They take the lead, 17-24. Now, all of a sudden, HFA, they're in the driver's seat at the moment. 7T looked good almost the entire match, and now they're scrambling to try and get anywhere on the map, get some kind of purchase somewhere on this flag. Over here at C, they did manage to get that cap, so that is definitely looking good. We see Malcolm still here into the middle of the map, fighting it over here to A, trying to stop any kind of push coming in from HFA. But, you know, the spawns over there obviously are going to be for HFA to get onto that C flag. So that's going to be a really easy recap. But as soon as that happens, we need to be seeing a push coming in from A to B as 7T. They got to make it happen now. 14-17. They got to get that lead change here very, very quick before those spawns end up coming back in from that C flag. Right now, they have the numbers advantage, and they need to press it, and they are right now.
Yep, and they are going to be calling in a nice little smoke barrage to assist themselves here. As you can see, with the close range weapons, they are going to be more favorable inside you know, an area where they are going to be more close range. It's a very smart idea to go with that, but it didn't go too well for them. As you can see here, only HFA and the guys just utterly bulldozing them from the behind. And Malcolm X going down as well. Shagmaster, I think that's how you say his name now. I've pronounced his name like 4 different ways this match, but that is who I'm talking about. Shagmaster, I think his name is. I'm going to call him Master. But yeah, he is the only one left. They are going to be getting some guys up on top there as well, pushing back in from 2 different angles. But Frozen Mix are going in for the insurance policy on A. That is big. So even if they do lose the final battle on B, it will be... That's pretty much guaranteeing them the win right there.
This is it right here. Winning. 8 tickets, going to be cutting it out. I mean, they did a fantastic job of coming back at the very, very end. You know, that's one of the things with Conquest, Squad Conquest at the very least, is that, you know, you basically are not done until the very, very last second, because you can stop the other team from scoring, which is basically by you not losing tickets anymore. And that's exactly what we saw. We saw HFA come in with that 3 cap. very devastating for that team, and they did just a fantastic job of keeping their cool. HFA did anyways, and that did lead them to a victory. So props to them, as now we are going to be heading into round number 2, and we are going to be swapping sides.
Yes, indeed. In all honesty, I don't really have much to to criticize either team on. They both played extremely well. They made great flanks. They basically took each other on where they were. No one really allowed the other team to dictate the course of play. They each played their own games. That was just well played by both teams, but the frags in the end just really went into the hands of one side over the other. It really came down to that last little gunfight there at the end.
Well, now we head into round number 2. Going to get started here in about 15 seconds or so, and it'll be interesting to see how the breakouts do shake out here in just a few seconds. Basically, 8 tickets separating these two teams. I mean, that's almost nothing. Obviously, in a very, very close game, that means everything, but it's not like a 30-ticket advantage or anything like that. So we're pretty much going to go from just like it was a very first round here in this match. But as you can see, we are having, I'm going to say pretty standard breakouts, since there's only one way they can actually go. But we have 2 flags, or actually a 2-player burning onto that C, so they're going to be lagging behind just a little bit for 7T. HFA, though, they are going to be able to get a potentially nice flank here, as he's going to go all the way around. First players onto the B flag will be HFA, as they are going to try and get that nice little first blood there. But I will say, water side, we have a big flank coming in. That is going to be, I don't even know how to say that name, Lechi, as he could potentially go in for the cap. He does get 1 kill, so they know that he's going to be getting that flank. But this potentially was going to be a 3 cap if they were able to hold on with those kills onto that B side. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and we are once again in this nice little double gimme weird position that we saw ourselves in the middle of last map.
Yeah, but it appears that if you do look at the overview perspective, they are going to be trying to send some guys to A to counter this, sending some guys back to C, just trying to get their hands in every single pot possible. The red team, 7T, they're trying their best, but they do get wiped off of C on the hill before they can even get there, and they're getting flanked from both sides. It's really starting to drop here. It's not looking too good for them from numbers perspective. Getting really up on the flag now. They're trying to hold off inside the bottom house, but they got a guy going after him, trying to find him and take him down. But he gets a little bit of a spawn off, as you can see there. He does take down 1. Just going to be trying to hop out the window, keeping it alive, but gets a little bit exploded there. Just trying their hardest to keep it alive. But they did make a nice contingency push to A, so they're not going to be falling behind, even if they can't hold on to this.
Fracked away, trying to get a drop down shot, but was not able to do so. So not too good there for him. But they do end up getting cleaned out of that house. We do see more spawns coming in for HFA to get onto the day flag. But remember, they have that Charlie flag. It has yet to be contested as of right now. So if HFA get onto the C side, or I'm sorry, this A side, they could potentially go in for that 3 cap once more. Now, a lot of fighting over here. We do see smokes going to be coming out. And Exterminator is going to be up top in one of the buildings, overlooking onto that B flag. We'll just see if he's going to be able to get any of those kills. But yeah, this is just going to be a really big back and forth battle. Feels like basically what we're seeing is just Zerg after Zerg after Zerg happening on Bravo. HFA really the only team going in for these flanks on a consistent basis. But yeah, I'd like to see somebody spawn back at main here for 7T and get this C flag back. I mean, yeah, they're getting B, but look at the score. They're slowly but surely starting to make that gap wider and wider and wider.
Gotcha. So, yeah, it appears that we do have a little bit of a cap on B, so it's going to be a full cap potentially in the works here. Not looking too good. I'm going to take a look at the overhead, but yeah, they are going to be getting back up on C. They've got a little bit of a team pushing through the bottom of the map, which is good, but they're going to be running right into 2 guys inside that house.
B has been cleared out, We do see what they massively cleared that out. There's the re-push back on the C, but I think that was out of necessity, as opposed to oh yeah, let's go ahead and grab this back while we have Bravo. So once again, HFA take control of this match, and like what we were talking about in the last round, where 7T was coming out to a pretty decent lead. Now all of a sudden it's HFA who is doing that. They're almost up to 30 tickets now. And it doesn't look like they're going to be slowing down anytime soon. Slendy is trying to get some long-range shots there with that Tommy gun. And that's not really the best gun that you want to have in that situation, but take a look at all the smokes. Just look at all the smokes that are around. Oh, getting the double kill. Beautiful job there from Mixer, as he's going to be picking up both of those frags that were trying to get into that building. And that, once again, is going to stave off that push. And we are going to be seeing them trying to make their way down that hill. This is so tough to have to go down those hills like that because you're open. There's absolutely no cover. And we're trying to, get some smokes. They're trying to get them out there. But it's just not enough right now. They're just not able to get it to the point where they can actually push into these flags. And we are seeing a setup, though, on this flag. It's going to be Wall and Pigeon who are going to be set up trying to head off this potential flank that they knew was going to be coming in. And so far, Pigeon is able to stall 4 players out by himself.
Yep, and yeah, it's really looking like they are going to be getting some nice little house control. They've just really got to make sure that they can keep control over this. They're trying to address this now. But, I mean, they're doing a really good job of taking them down. They do get 2 down. Boris to Animal with a great 2-piece there. That is very fantastic from him. But the blue team not looking to stop this here. They're trying to go on in for a nice little flank around the bottom side of the map and get on up inside the enemy team's faces. But yeah, sorry, the stream is kind of frozen for me at the current moment.
Well, they did end up leaking out over there towards Alpha, so that is definitely looking good for them. They have managed to go ahead and secure that flag as well as C, so they're going to start kind of getting some of those tickets back in their favor. But we're talking about a 40 to 50 ticket advantage right now that is in favor of HFA. So they have a lot of room to play with, and they're not going to be too worried to make any big plays. We do see Only getting up on top of that C flag. Way, though, is going to be set up over here next to that A site, as he is going to try and clean out this flag. He does manage to do just that. So we are going to be seeing Alpha and Charlie still in the favor of 7T. HFA is now in a weird dilemma. Where do we push? Do we try and go back from our main spawn into A, or do we try and spawn on B, maybe go for a little bit of a back flank, which is exactly what I think that they're doing right now. It does look like they're trying to go for a pinch, but there's some pretty decent spots that we're going to be seeing those players from 7T getting into to slow down that push onto that Alpha flag. It does look like Massive is going to be set up on the bottom. He does a beautiful dynamite kill. Will be able to pick up 3, I think, in the bottom there. So that was a fantastic job there for him. Being able to stall out once again. That's all you're trying to do right now is just stall for time, because in the end, Conquest is all about getting those times and tickets. We do see a flank happening over here between Charlie as well on the other side of the map, as Mixer is being set up, overlooking onto that B flag, looking for anybody who may be coming down from A. And so far, I'm not going to be able to find anybody just yet, but yeah, this is a bit of a weird spot. Like I said, they're stuck in that B flag. This is exactly what happened, I think, to 7T in the last round. So we do see still just a stalemate going down. 2 more players are going to be trying to come in onto that Bravo flag. And nobody going to be able to do anything just yet. They're trying to figure out where exactly did they just shoot their own player. That was fantastic. Yeah, Slendy is going to be making his way over here towards that Alpha site. You do see him getting shot from behind, so that's going to be cleaning up HFA, trying to go in for that Alpha flag once more. 7T deciding, you know what? Let's go ahead and push this advantage onto Bravo. They've evened up the score, almost taking the lead in just a few moments. And we'll see if they're going to be able to make this happen. As you can see how critical it is to have all of these infantry players using that medic kit Does allow you to have that smoke, but also being able to revive and heal yourself and your teammates consistently is going to be a massive, massive advantage. We do see right now over here towards that A flag, a push is going to be coming in from Aunli. He is getting a couple of shots coming in from the distance as he's ducking and dodging, trying to weave out of harm's way. A flag is a cluster right now as players are dying left and right, and we are going to be seeing a nice little hipfire spray, but jumping into the lion's den there, he does end up going down. His teammate now going to be trying to come back for a little bit of support. He will be able to pick up at least one, spots out a second one. And these guys are definitely not in the best of positions here. As those spawns should be coming back in. No, will not be able to get any help. So it's still down to about a 2-on-2 to a 1-on-2. Nobody able to take control of that alpha flag just yet. And it does look like A is finally going to be taken over here by HFA. We do have on the other side of the map, though, that is going to be C. A little bit of a skirmish that we did have. I think there were 3 players there from HFA, and they did manage to get onto that C flag. But quickly, we do see 7T being able to get that back, and now trying to scramble over here to Bravo. Unfortunately, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players over there onto that C site, so maybe a little bit too much in terms of trying to get control of that B flag or C flag, but leaving B completely open. There's only 2 players now that are going to be there to try and pick up these frags and slow down this cap. We are now 62-59, and we do have, remember, HFA taking the lead in that last round, so they are sitting pretty decent. But 8 tickets, not a whole lot. And right now in the middle of the site, Ben's doing all that he can with that 1907. Not able to connect with those shots. This gun is a beast up close. And not that great at distance, though. A little bit more recoil and definitely a lot of drop off there with the shots. But we'll see if he can do any damage at all. Now jumping back over here next to that C flag, as it is going to be cleared. It is getting attacked, though, here in just a few minutes if the guy doesn't get shot in the back, but still B is just one hell of a cluster. Aunli trying to do all of the work here. He spots out 2, 3 guys inside the building, putting down some decent damage there. So HFA once more taking control of the game. They have about a 20-ticket lead. Doesn't look like anybody is really in a position to go for a flank for 7T as they all get wiped out there onto the Bravo flag. Now the push is going to be commencing on C. A potential triple cap will be coming in here. As you can see, the players are definitely poised in position to hold off any kind of potential push that might happen. Aunli's going to be setting all the way into the back. We do see now some very, very aggressive play coming in from HFA. They are getting right onto that flag. You see some nades coming on in from your support players. Some long-range shots. 3 more players end up going down from 7T. The action is definitely hyped up here onto the ridge. And, yeah, this is just death after death. Really good crossfire going down. And Aunli now going to be coming up over here to the top flank over onto Waterside. There's really nobody there, so they should have a pretty easy push over there towards that C flag. We do have a little bit of a leak, though, down towards the south side of the map, and they are going to be getting over here towards B, but is it too little too late? 48 tickets now to 16, as they have just 8 tickets now to play with in order to make this happen. They literally have to get a 2 cap now in order to come back in this match. If not, they are all but over. B flag is going to be safe, though. Really good positioning here from HFA as they are going to be able to come back. You will see right now that Aunli is all the way on the other side of the map here next to C. Doesn't really even matter, though. That's going to be the game. 7 tickets left, and we are finishing it out. So congratulations there, as that is going to be HFA taking this map. Moving on as we go into match number 5 here very, very soon. So congrats to them. Fantastic job. Take a look at the scoreboard real quick. Just taking a look at the kills. 24-11 there for Mixer. He was really throwing up some good numbers. 15-6 there for Leak. Slendy 13-9. So pretty even across the board, actually, for most of those players. But ultimately, we had just HFA coming out on top in terms of kills. Really good frags going down.
Only on esportbf.com.